Hello everyone, this is Leimomi, Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here, and I wanted to make a quick video for you on what exactly is akashic records shell and light body activation clearing, and how that will actually give you clarity and increase your access to your soul's desires, and how that's going to create revenue, more revenue in your life and business. So first, let me just introduce myself. I actually am an intuitive soul alignment coach, and so I basically help my clients to up level with ease and flow by clearing those soul level blocks of success that may have kept them from actually going after and stepping into their leadership. And I help to initiate the new soul alignment leaders in the world. So basically, what I have found over the course of working with I guess over like 60 to 80 clients over this past 10 months, and what I found on top of what was happening with my clients, but also the people who came to me for my free strategy sessions, that they were really dealing with very tangible feelings that didn't make any sense to them, like having trouble being visible, like even just posting or turning on a video, or like being able to just express what they actually want to express, like being able to speak, be authentic to who they are. And one of the biggest things that they were dealing with was not being able to have that access to their soul. So what I did was I created this Akashic Record shell removal clearing, and on top of removing that shell of that person, what happened was they started to actually like have amazing results. And some of it was really related to what their soul, not only what their soul desired, but having like clarity about who they are. And what was happening was, at an energetic level, there was all this energetic noise in their mental, their emotional, and spiritual bodies that didn't give them the chance to really express what they truly wanted to share in the world. Whether it was, any products or services, they weren't able to like have that clarity, and then they were not actually creating any revenue or any income because it was stopping them from like just getting out there. So I created this shell clearing, and then on top of that, I figured out a way that I could activate their light body, and actually move the energy through their chakras to be able to be more expansive. And so this actually, just through that, I found unique ways of how they could actually just do, when I do this clearing, how much more clarity that they could have gotten. So a lot of the times when we are like starting our business, or we are starting to get out there, the one thing that everyone always says is that I don't know what makes me unique, or I don't feel like I have something valuable to share. And a lot of that reason is because of all of this thoughts and emotions that originally was not that person. And so really actually what the shell is actually the mental and emotional body of another soul that has transitioned and left its body. And usually this happens when you're a young child, and when you may have been feeling like very vulnerable, that your soul had to protect itself. It actually created picked up this shell of another soul that has left it. And really the shell is like everywhere. It's around us. It's usually, of course, near hospitals or where souls have left the body. And so for some reason, this is something that the soul just decides to do. Okay, so when your soul picked that up, all that thoughts and emotions, the fears, the anger, all this like unnecessary thought, like maybe that you might be experiencing right now, is coming from that shell. So when I remove that shell, it immediately like allows you to have access to your soul, and it actually even improves your health in a way, because a lot of what was happening on a health level also was because you could not have the capability of like taking action towards like losing weight, or like feeling into doing something more than what you normally do. And a lot of the times it's because you have that shell around you. So a lot of the financial blocks, the health problems that people experience, and that kind of misalignment was happening on an energetic level, right? It's a present life block. So it's something that needs to remove. And once it's removed, then you will be able to allow that shell to be transitioned and be left, right? And then the soul would be, your soul will be able to even like speak its truth. But before then, all the thoughts and emotions was all there in the background, right? So once that's removed, you're not like protecting yourself anymore. You're just kind of like in that soul expression. And so the kind of symptoms that you might be feeling when you have this shell around you is you might have like symptoms of not knowing who you are, very confused in your life, in your business, not feeling motivated, feeling very fatigued and tired all the time, procrastinating, eating excessively, like emotional eating. You could be focusing too much on creating like circumstances to keep your body safe. You could be fighting with a lot of trouble with your health. Even like money issues can come up, like you're in this excessive situation where you're just kind of like scrambling to make money. You could also have negative beliefs that could coming up, this self-criticism for some reason, feeling obsessed with your own body image. And you maybe even easily feel ashamed, even though like people are not like trying to make you feel small or anything, but you feel ashamed all the time. You can feel these like weird symptoms of like stuff somaticizing in your body with no explanation. You could have anxiety or panic attacks. You could feel very angry and irritable all the time, feeling frustrated easily. Let's see, and also like emotions where you just feel like it's not yours. And that is actually coming from the shell. And what the shell does is it stops you from soul expressing completely. It's not, you're not able to really fully manifest money and things you wish and desire entirely. It's kind of like half of the time you're manifesting. You can experience all this irrational fear, especially if you have this great fear of visibility. It's a very, very good sign that you may have this shell around you. And it also ends up, you can also end up like self-sabotaging a lot of things that you wanted to create, that what you really, truly wanted to create. And when the shell is removed, obviously it will boost everything in your life and your business forward. You feel more connected to source. You'll find this like inner peace for the first time. You'll get more energy, of course. You'll feel like your soul is feeling fully expanded. You receive like downloads or key information that you may need in your life or your business, and clarity about that. You won't have any of these fears or this confusion about your identity. You won't be incapable of soul expression. You just be starting to expressing. You start manifesting what you desire. And then like suddenly all that manifestation of your previous things that kept you really stuck, they're removed. The anxiety is gone. The panic attacks is like instantly gone. Any of that kind of above symptoms actually can be permanently removed because of removing this shell, energetic shell. So that's part of the benefits of why you want to do that. So what I do is I actually remove that first, and then I help to boost your energy fields, your mental and your physical and emotional body by activating your Merkaba and activating what I call your light body, which it means aligning all of your chakras, connecting you directly to source, and so that like you can be in this soul expression, but you have the complete connection. Then what you had before, basically you probably was not able to do that because of the fact that you're wearing that shell. So this is just a very unique way that I have been doing it for, I think, like hundreds of people so far. And it's been amazing, amazing results. Like I've had even people manifest like their dream house. They got their mortgage money back out of the blue. I've had many people tell me that their panic attacks are gone. Even I had some people, they lost weight And because of the fact that that was cleared, they were able to actually take action in their diet and their, it was like an automatic, instantaneous feeling, like they could actually stop emotional eating. So that actually was removed. Other things of the irrational fear was completely gone. I've heard like people could sleep for the first time in their entire life. They felt this like relief, this wave of release of certainty that they no longer are like running 100 miles per hour and getting nowhere. I've also seen, other things where the money just started flowing in their life, in their business, like people making like a 10K month to even like a couple $100s that they didn't expect to like show up in the front door. That all happened, and it was just right after removing the shell. So you would think like, wow, like I thought I had access to my soul, but man, boy, do I have access, right? Because a lot of the reasons why we don't manifest what we desire is because it's not so aligned to our being. And so we end up, if we do manifest, we end up manifesting only 50% of what we wanted. But with that, because of that shell being there, you wouldn't have access to that. I've even had some people tell me stories about like right after I cleared the shell, they had this irrational fear, right, of being visible, and then suddenly they had this impulse to be visible, and they for the first time they turned on their video camera and just started talking. And then from then on, that's like how they've always been marketing themselves, getting on live streams and stuff like that, just right after the show, because whatever was blocking them on that energetic level was keeping them from hiding. Like it literally feels like you're hiding behind a shell. And so you're not able to be visible. You're not able to even, create the like business that you wanted, because you end up in that situation of not being in alignment. Another thing that also happened was another person, found her dream partner. You wouldn't think that would happen, but she found her dream partner after getting in alignment, of course, and she did other things too. But right after the shell removed, and then consistent action in this way, all of that started to manifest, and then she found like her dream partner. And so like overall what you would feel is just this quietness inside, and just this feeling of peace, and this feeling of like feeling like your head is completely clear, and a lot of your energy is pretty much restored. So I want to share with you guys about that, just because I've noticed that even though it's a very simple thing, like it actually can be very powerful as long as it's done in the right fashion. And this is one of the most powerful clearing work that I've been able to do on my clients, and people whoever are interested in this shell. So it's this shell removal and then activating the light body. And this is something very unique that I offer. It just came about because of people telling me of why they had this block of visibility. So I created this, and I looked more into what was going on spiritually and mentally and physically, and I found it was because of that shell around them. So if you're wanting to know more about how to remove your shell and like how to activate your light body in this way, I will have the link below for you to know like if you really want to do this with me. And so it's actually very simple. As long as I have your permission, I can go in your akashic records and I will clear it after your payment. And then from there, you just tell me what transpires, like the moment I clear it, and then a couple of days later. And that's all that it takes, because actually we are all connected in an energetic level anyway. So as long as I'm given permission, because your akashic records are very personal to you, then I could actually clear that for you. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at leimomi@beingalohi.com if you have any other questions. And also, if you want to go forward with this, you can click on the the link below. All right, you have a beautiful day. Aloha.